Hi everybody, and welcome to this tutorial on how to control numbering within a TT Knowledge Force document. So this is a very simple answer. There are only really three things you need to consider. The first of those things is your initial setup in your user preferences. So pressing F10 or navigating to it from the menu. If you can come down to the recorder area, within here you see an option for documentation and screenshots. The default option for this is that if you have more than one interaction on a single screenshot, then it will try to automatically merge those interactions onto a single screenshot. So if you're doing multiple clicks, rather than having a screenshot for each of those clicks, it'll merge them all to one screenshot, and it'll show those different clicks with a highlight. Now that's only going to happen where it's feasible. So not all of the applications out there are going to let you do this automatically. It might revert back to a manual mode, and the manual mode is where you have a screenshot for each interaction. So in this tutorial I'm going to leave that on. I'm going to record a piece of software which doesn't automatically allow us to merge those interactions into a single screenshot and lots of numbers on that single screenshot. So that's the first setting that impacts us. The second setting is in the documentation, in the documentation itself. So if you go into your local workspace and open up a document, and here's one that I've got already prepared for this demo. If you go into the document properties for this, then what you'll see here is on the documentation tab there's an option to have continuous numbering going on or not. So in other words, when you start a new screenshot, it's going to keep on going. So if you have a screenshot with 4 clicks on that screenshot, it could be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. If you navigate to a different screen and then make 2 more clicks, they'll be numbered 5 and 6. Okay, let's go ahead and make a recording very quickly with those settings in place. And I'm going to record something called FreeMind. This is a mind manager, a mind mapping tool, and it's going to be an almost irrelevant set of clicks that I do here. It's just for demo purposes. So I'm going to go File and New, and I'm going to go File, Export, and let's say as HTML. Okay, now let's take a look now at what I've got in my documentation mode and the numbering for that. So switching into the documentation mode, not the e-learning mode, let's go to the top of the recording, and you see here it's not managed to automatically merge those interactions together. This is where most of the source of the problems comes from. People don't understand that you can control the numbering manually and the way that the screenshots are presented manually. So I've got number 1 here clicking on File, number 2 clicking on New, and I'm going to take the second screenshot and I'm going to merge that in by right mouse clicking on the screenshot and choosing Merge Screenshot with Previous One, and now I've got 2 interactions on that one screenshot. Let's go through this a bit further. So I then had coming back to the File menu, and I had then going to Export, so I can merge that in again. I can go merge with the previous one, so that's 3 and 4, and then the Export, I could also merge that screenshot together. So now I've got 3, 4 and 5, so that's 3 clicks on one screenshot. So that's how the merge operation works. The next part around the numbering and controlling numbering is where these numbers actually go and where they're positioned on the screen. And you can access this from the properties options. So I'm selecting number 1 here, my highlight for number 1, and coming across in my properties, if I look at the numbering for that, let's say I want to put that onto the right hand side. And you see how that's moved across to the right. I'll do the same with number 2, but I'll put this one on the bottom. and you see how that's gone to the bottom. When you then crop onto these images, you get a very nice image for your students to learn from. So I can do the cropping element here. Let's go for something like that, and you get a lovely nice screenshot with your numbers in a good position. So again, on this one I could do another screenshot cropping operation, and this is where we sometimes get some more issues around the numbering position. So if I kind of zoom in over here with a crop operation, you can now see that numbers 3 and 4 have disappeared completely because they were off the side on the crop. So it'd be quite essential there to then move them across to put them into a more logical place. Let's put this one to the right hand side, and let's take number 4 here, and let's just, for the sake of argument, put it on top. Okay, and that's it. That's how you control your numbering in TT Knowledge Force documents. So I hope that's been useful, and if you have any questions, as usual, please send us an email to info@knowledgetech.co.uk. Thanks for your time.